This is the Human Rights Commission. Today is November 28th, 2022. It's 5:30 p.m. Consistent with Chapter 107 of the Acts of 2022, this meeting will be conducted by remote participation. The public may not physically attend this meeting, but every effort will be made to allow the public to view and listen to the meeting in real time and participate when necessary. Additionally, all votes taken by the Gloucester Human Rights Commission during this and future remote meetings will be by roll call vote. If you are calling on a phone, you can press *9 to request to speak. If you are watching on a computer or a device, there is a raise hand button that you can tap or press to request to speak. Please use either of these options during oral communications to be recognized to speak. And I'd like to call us to order. Hannah Kimberly is here. Tony Borge
Here.
is here. Michelle McCaffrey.
Here.
Mayuza Alves. Great. And we also have Holly Dugwillow from Human Resources and Suzanne Egan, who is the counsel for the city attorney. All right. Do we want to review and approve the minutes from September?
I make the motion to review and approve the minutes. Come on, light out.
Second.
Great. Thank you. And then we can start with Suzanne. Hi, Suzanne.
Hi, how are you?
Great. So nice to meet you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm trying to get my video on, but it's going slowly, so not to be rude here. Yeah, so thank you for inviting me. And I know that you, the commission had a number of more questions that you had posed to the mayor and had requested that I respond to. And I thought instead of actually giving you a written response, it might be more helpful for me to come to the commission to discuss these questions. And I thought maybe what we could start off with is, I can't get my video to work. I apologize.
That's okay.
We
It
can
looks
see
like
you.
We can,
can
we
see
can
you.
see you.
Oh, you can see me. Oh, okay. I just can't see myself. Okay. All right. There we go. That's fine. So one of the things that we can start off with is just the way what the City of Gloucester's Human Rights Commission ordinance says and what it means. And I know that you had a lot of questions because to a certain extent, it talks about the educational component of what the Human Rights Commission does and also its purpose. But then it has this other aspect to it, which is the tribunal process, and it's sort of a prosecutorial or mediator type service. And I think we looked at the history of the ordinance, and it was adopted a while ago, and it was taken from the city of Somerville, which has a process that is surrounding the Human Rights Commission and also has a number of resources. And we looked at other communities that have Human Rights Commission ordinances and looked at what they do. And the one I think that is most similar to Gloucester is Beverly. And that ordinance really goes to having the Human Rights Commission, and I think you're all familiar with Beverly's ordinance, because I think that's part of what you provided as information. And that goes to really having the Human Rights Commission be a multi-member body that provides educational resources and serves an advisory commission to the mayor and the city regarding human rights. And human rights is really a broad, as an attorney, I'm always troubled with something as broad as human rights. Like, what does that mean? Because that's a really broad term, and it has a lot of different definitions of a lot of communities and tribunals and legal authorities. So I think the Beverly one is the most similar to what Gloucester, the vision for Gloucester's Human Rights Commission, which is to provide education and advisory information to the city. Because the problem I see with the adjudicatory part of our local ordinance is that it seeks to serve in a manner that we don't have the commission doesn't really have the statutory authority to do. It has a local ordinance, but not the statutory authority. And what that means is that you can't provide a remedy. So in most time when there's a tribunal that's looking at some sort of civil rights violation, right, which is the Mass Commission Against Discrimination, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, those are all typically for employment issues. They have the ability to provide a remedy to the person who feels they are aggrieved. And that's by order. They can provide damages. They can order employers to take certain actions. But as a local commission under the local ordinance, the commission doesn't have any authority to do that. So in my opinion, it's best if we work together and try to craft an ordinance that gives the commission sort of a very clear role in terms of education and advice and highlighting human rights, civil rights for the community, and helps the community move forward with those those goals.
Great. Does that make sense to everyone?
It does, but however, in regards to, it's almost like we're toothless in a way. We can provide education, but how are we serving, you know, when people have serious issues, you know, and whether or not, or in some ways, whether if we don't have the, you know, the kind of adjudicating power like MCAID, but to be able to provide that support when there are issues that are raised. Otherwise, you know, it's like, you know, I mean, you know, we have this mission to support, you know, human rights and diversity and equity and inclusion in the city. Yet when a person or a organization is confronted with these issues, then, you know, what is our real purpose? And, you know, and I would like to see, like, you know, I understand what, Susan, how you explained it currently as it is, and maybe, you know, it's not, but what is it? I would like to see us to have some kind of role where people can feel confident to come to talk to us about a situation.
So one of the ways I think that other communities have dealt with that, you know, wanting to have that strong role to address people's feelings is to provide, and that's part of the educational piece, is provide the educational resources and the resources to people who feel aggrieved as to where they can go to seek to have their sort of harm or their injury redressed. Because really that's, I think, what a lot of people are looking for. So as an example, right, take a hypothetical person, you know, if my best friend felt like, oh, I walked in somewhere and I was treated in a certain way, and you know, I was targeted because I'm in some protected class, or because of, it's typically a protected class, which means a class that's protected, a class of people or individuals that are protected under the law that says, if you fall within this protected classification and you're treated on the basis of those, of your inclusion in that classification, then that's your protected class, right? So if you come and you say, oh, I've been treated that way, you know, adversely or discriminated against because of my, because I'm in this protected class, then if they came to the commission, first of all, you would be able to provide, maybe like what Beverly does is they have this website that's really a very good resource for people to just be able to go, oh, here's where I can go to have these issues addressed. And these are the organizations that specifically deal with issues like this, so that help people that have this particular issue, and also what are the potential remedies. And where can I go to seek those remedies? So I see that as, because the Human Rights Commission is a local, you know, commission that's created by the city of Gloucester, then I think that that's much more important, or that's more appropriate for its role, as opposed to being most adjudicatory tribunals that would provide a remedy are independent, right? Or have some, you know, they can go to the statute and say, well, I have this authority because the state law gives me this authority to do this, but we don't have that here for a local Human Rights Commission.
Yeah, you know, and I see that, and also, you know, Danvers has a really also, haven't looked at the Beverly website,
Oh, okay.
but Danvers really does. And, you know, and we've had discussions because with that, it's like, we need to have a separate page on the city's website that really outlines that. Otherwise, you know, because when you, I don't know if Beverly has that, but when you look on the Danvers website and they go and they have like a separate, you know, page in their website that you know, list all those things, because otherwise right now the way our website is, it becomes, you know, it would get lost. It's, you know, that you can't have like a page that really like focuses and, you know, has images or something like that that deals with all the you know, the resources that people can refer to. Otherwise it gets lost in on the current website there. And two, another issue that we've raised is regards to confidentiality. A person or a group approaches us about an issue where we can make a referral to, but you know, we can't, you know, as it is right now, we can't provide confidentiality because of, you
Right.
know, the kind of organization, you know, commission, you
Right.
know, being.
And that's part of being a local, you know, under law, it's called a local multi-member group that's created by the local ordinance, is that you're subject to the open meeting law. And so you don't, and that's part of the problem, right, of trying to have this dual role as being an adjudicatory tribunal in an open meeting law where you don't have that authority and you don't have that role. And that's why it's better to provide the resources. And what we can, you know, what we can do is look at all of the different ones. And I'm not saying just take the Beverly one, but we did a little research beforehand just to be able to come tonight. And so we can take a look at lots of different communities and lots of different ways in which a human resources or human rights commission operates, and decide which is the best one for Gloucester and how do we want to see that function. And then
Yeah.
go to, you know, then that would be, we draft it, refer it to, ask the mayor to review it, and then ask him to submit it to city council to be adopted. And then once you have that ordinance in place that says this is the role and this is what we're going to do, then it's easier to then say, well, how can we do it? What else can we do? How can we implement this goal and this role in our authority here?
Yeah, and actually, we've been working with Sarah Peck, who's not here. She's done a tremendous, you know, we've been actually, this has been a discussion for us since we've started actually having our meetings almost over a year ago. And she's done a lot of work in gathering and collecting information about the various things. So we have all that information. I guess now we can like see how we could piece it together.
Right. And I don't know, you know, and it'd be up to the commission to decide, do you want to create a subcommittee who can work on it and I'll work with them, or do we want to do it through the entire commission, or does one member want to be assigned to it? But I'm willing to work with you. And also I have an assistant attorney who's Heidi Gosel, and she did a lot of the preliminary research, but she would also be great to work with the commission on doing this.
Great, thank you.
Excellent. Does anyone else have any other questions for Suzanne? Suzanne, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, I think that's it. You know, if you all, once you decide how you want to tackle this, you can contact me and I'm willing to work with you, and we can provide suggestions and help out as any way that you would like us to.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
So that's promising to me, because we'll finally get this sort of pounded out. Some of us, our time is running low, right? In terms of being on the commission.
I got an I have got a 3-year extension.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I actually re-upped in February. Well, yeah. I
This
forget what day it was. Yeah.
Oh, good.
whatever
Okay.
yeah.
That makes me
I'm
happy. I
here
didn't know
till like
that.
2025 or something.
Woo, woo.
Yeah.
I think mine was longer than yours. So That's why I haven't.
It's gonna
Look,
be in
it's-
March. next year.
Okay,
I don't know what
Good.
to do. Do I have to ask the mayor or, what they gonna do?
did they just send you a notification, Tony?
Mhm.
Yeah, I
No.
just,
Yeah, they
Got it.
send you a notification.
yeah. And then had to go back and swear in and take,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh,
Great, good.
Because I only got the tail end of the person before me when you guys reformed. So I was like 9 months and then I had to do it again.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Holly is still here. I was going to read this note from Holly about the internal DEI training, which Michelle, you can talk about as well, but I'll just say Holly's note.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Do you think we make a motion to, do we want to, in regards to have a
Oh,
subcommittee?
yes, of course. I'm so sorry. Tony, do you want to make that for us? And
All right, I make a motion that, that the Human Rights Commission, create a subcommittee to work on, review, other ordinances and create a draft and work with the city lawyer, in preparing a revised ordinance to submit to the mayor.
I
Great,
second.
awesome. Now who's going to be on that subcommittee? That's our question.
Well, I mean, I've been working on it, so I don't.
Okay,
I would like to have. yeah,
Wait, but we didn't, did we like,
Oh.
do we need to like say who's on the committee before and then approve the draft?
Holly, do you know?
So you need to vote on whether or not you are going to create this committee?
Yeah.
And you can either at the same time decide who's going to be on it or vote that afterwards.
Okay.
Okay. That's the way I understand it.
Great.
Okay.
Mayusa, did you want to be on it?
If you guys think of your help, I'd like to.
Great. So do we want to make a motion to vote that Tony and Mayusa are on the subcommittee? Michelle, are you interested?
I'm at capacity right now, but I know
Okay.
that Sarah's been working on it, so we might want to reach out to her and see if she wants to continue to be part of
Okay.
it too.
All right. So for now, we will vote on Tony and Mayusa being on said subcommittee. Anybody want to second that for me?
I second.
All righty. And Hannah, Kimberly, yes. Tony Borge,
Yes.
Michelle McCaffrey,
Yes.
and Mayusa Alves.
Yes.
Okay, great. Holly says that the city's first DEI training geared towards managers is taking place in 2 sessions on
Yes.
November 30th. And the
Mhm.
training is provided by Massachusetts Interlocal Insurance Association.
Can you
Um,
repeat that for the minutes?
Absolutely.
Uh.
The city's first DEI training, which is geared towards city managers, is taking place on November 30th. And the training is by Massachusetts Interlocal Insurance Association.
Okay.
Thanks,
And
Tony.
it is, and even though that's the city's first training, just to let you know, most of our managers, depending on their roles, have had training with their group.
Okay.
For other, situations. This will be the first one for the managers, though. Looking
Great.
forward, but
Great. Thank you, Holly.
thank you.
Michelle, did you want to add anything to that?
No, I
Okay.
didn't.
For some
Just,
reason, I have you on the agenda. I don't know.
I think I just wanted, what was it? I think we're discussing, trying to remember what we were talking about. I know we'd submitted those questions for the interviews, and I know those are probably still being reviewed, but
Mhm.
in terms of, is there plans, what's the plan after the training occurs? Like, is there anything lined up
For employees, yes. So
Mhm.
we don't have anything lined up for employees
Okay.
yet. We're waiting to talk to the trainer about what they have for all employees. And I also thought that I know that I had seen some information come through you that you were maybe considering doing a training for us. So that might be the route that we'll go. We'll have to look at it.
Okay.
And we want to get this under our belt first.
One step at a time.
Yep. Yep.
Awesome.
And then, the key managers that are interviewing and hiring and managing their departments, I think that they're the most important at this
Mhm.
first step. Yep.
That's terrific. Thank you. Next on our agenda is high school member to be on the Gloucester Human Rights Commission. Jason is not here tonight, Jason Grow, but we can certainly talk about this. The principal at the high school said, yes, he thought that would be great. Mr. Cook. So I'm thinking about in terms of establishing parameters, right? I teach 10th grade, but if it's a 2-year position, we might want like a junior, and then they could also do it their senior year. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay, all right.
Instead of us having to fill the seat every year.
Right. So we'll open it to all juniors in Gloucester. So in other words, not just the Gloucester high school students, but
Right.
if you're a citizen of Gloucester and you go to a private school.
That's right, because they have to be Gloucester residents, yes.
Right. Right. So any junior high school student in the city of Gloucester.
Junior
right.
or below, is that,
I was just gonna say, are we gonna also include sophomores?
I mean,
Should
yeah,
we?
so.
I think we should.
Okay.
We'll probably get a better pool.
All right. What do you think about first years? Freshmen?
I don't know. Nothing against freshmen, but I feel like it's just so new. You're getting settled. I think by like
Right.
sophomore year, you're a little bit more established.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense. So
I feel like it might be overwhelming for a freshman.
okay. So all sophomores and juniors?
Mhm.
Great. And you know what? We might get more sophomores because juniors will be thinking their senior year that they're going to be that big rush to try to get into wherever they're going out of. So we'll see. It'll be interesting. I'm very excited about this.
oh, I think
Um,
that's great, yeah.
So we'll make a recommendation to, we can vote on this, to Mayor Verga to include the student as the ex officio who can't vote. And if he's happy with it, he can forward it to forward the change in the ordinance.
Mhm.
And then that'll get forwarded to city council. And then they'll refer it to ordinances and administration. And then O&A will vote. And then I can't see why anybody wouldn't be excited about this. So
Yeah.
anyway, also another thing is the positions are usually, isn't it, Holly, usually February to February?
I don't know the answer to that. I'm not
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
But we
also,
could do like a September to September.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right,
Yeah.
so, okay.
Because I
Um,
would think depending on whenever you get somebody new gets appointed, it probably goes from the time their appointment to the.
Well,
the year.
when somebody's appointed, generally they're either appointed, if everybody's appointed in February, if somebody's appointed at a different time, they're stepping into an unfilled role, so it still would terminate in February. This is the only board and commission that I'm involved with, so I really don't know if that's the case, but if you are all being confirmed in February, that will be the case, and I'm not sure that we can change that for high school employee, not employed, but a high school student. I don't know that we can change it. It might be that it has to be February to February.
okay,
Yeah.
We can
But
ask.
that will be a question when it goes to Owen, the
Okay.
mayor will know, the mayor's office will know.
great, awesome. Okay, so should I put forth a motion that we want to change the ordinance and add a sophomore, or junior high school student living in the city of Gloucester to be an ex officio non-voting member of the Human Rights Commission. Somebody want a second for me?
Second.
Great, thanks. And is there any discussion at all on that? No, okay. Hannah, yes. Tony,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
and Mayuza. Great. Okay, guess what, y'all? That's it. That is the end. Yeah, Holly?
One, Sunny Robinson has her hand up. Would you
Ooh.
like to open communications?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's get her. Hi, Sunny.
Hi, Sunny.
Hi there. Thank you very much. Just one quick thought for your discussion about adding a student from the high school. Have you thought for the students' comfort of adding 2 students so that they had each other to lean on and participate with, and also they would have each other if they were wanting to do any informal surveying amongst other students at the high school about what concerns they might have? I just think when you have adults and then teenagers, it often works better if there are at least 2 of them.
I think that's a fantastic idea, Sunny. Look,
think-
someone, you're getting snaps.
And, you know, the other thing that's true is if, as Holly was saying, you really are stuck with February to February, then you probably really ought to be pursuing sophomores. So you've got 2 full years from February of their sophomore year till February of their senior year.
That's an excellent point, Sunny. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. All right.
Thank
we
you for
want-
listening. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your input. Do we want to retake our vote on this in lieu of Sunny's discussion?
Just to add another student, make
Mhm.
it 2 students? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, and Sunny, can you tell us your address so Tony can take it down in the minutes?
Yes, it's 20 Harvard Street.
Great. Excellent. I love it. Okay. So I'll make a motion that we have an ex officio, 2 ex officio non-voting student members from the Gloucester community who are sophomores, if it is indeed February to February, and if not, sophomores and juniors, to be on the Human Rights Commission.
Second.
The motion?
Great. Okay, Hannah, yes. Tony,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
and Mayuza.
Yes.
Excellent. Thanks again, Tony. We appreciate you. Is there any other business that anyone is interested in bringing forth? Okay, so that is really the end. This is our shortest meeting ever. Very- Holly, you're still here.
I'm still here. I have another 30 minutes before I have to leave. So that worked out
You
well.
just can't tear yourself away from our meeting. That's it.
Evidently, I have to be here to start the meeting. I cannot hand it off to somebody else unless I actually start the meeting, which I wasn't aware of when I was scheduling it. So anyway, it worked out fine. So
That's
we're good.
great. We appreciate you, Holly.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we will
Great.
roll call out to end the meeting. Motion to end the meeting. Can somebody second me?
Second.
Thank you. Hannah Kimberly, yes. Tony Borch,
Yes.
Michelle McCaffrey,
Yes.
and Mayuza Alves.
Yes.
Awesome. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And we'll see you in a few weeks' time.
I
Yay.
know.
Alrighty.
Just a quick question. Are you going to be having it around Christmas or are you skipping December?
Hmm.
When
I'm-
would,
With the 19th or the 26th would be the 26th is a holiday for the city, so are closed, just so you know, not that we can't get a Zoom call in, but it is a holiday. So we could do the week before the 19th if you want, or make it a Tuesday, the 27th, or skip it and do January, depending on where we are. It's totally up to you. Just let me know.
I'm thinking January because I will
was gonna
be,
say the same thing.
I'll be in
Everybody-
Virginia. I'd
be in
forgotten about the
December.
holiday. My mind is
Yeah.
not there yet, but
I
yeah, I'll
know.
be in Virginia. So,
Fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have family in town, so it's gonna be pure chaos.
Yeah, I
Woohoo.
just had family leave for Thanksgiving, so I can.
Are you like, whew, ah,
Yeah.
whew.
They were here for a whole week.
Yeah.
ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's when you need to like vacation from your vacation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so let's skip December. We'll reconvene in January in 2023.
Wow. Beginning of the Gloucester 400 plus.
Wow.
I
Yay.
know.
It's amazing.
My
So when we-
goodness.
So that date would be what? It would be like the 16th is Martin Luther King holiday. That would be like the 23rd. That's
Mhm.
yeah, that's the 4th.
Yep.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, the 23rd of January. That's
One,
great.
Put it on the calendar now.
1/23,
1, 2,
23.
3, 4. Yep.
Whoa,
Yay.
look at that.
Okay, y'all. Take good care.
All
Bye-bye.
right,
Have a great
Bye.
night.
Alrighty.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
all right. Sorry.